Hi, Dysthymic Dad here. I'm going to do a video on the narcissist experience of reality with respect to the lies that they are notorious for telling. So I'll start with kind of the most common perspective that normal people have of the narcissist, and especially those people that have had to deal with them or been in relationships with them. One thing that you'll notice very quickly is that the narcissist seems extremely devious, scheming, manipulative. They seem to have, plans within plans within plans, and they seem to just operate at that level at all times. And part of that is just the outright lying. One of the things that I noticed that was, even to this day, I don't quite understand, but I've heard from others that it's fairly common, is that my narcissist ex-wife would lie for no reason. Like you might say, you might ask her, hey, what did you have for lunch? And she would say, I went to Burger King, I just got, a Whopper and some onion rings. And the truth is, you'd find out later, through like her friend or something, that they met at McDonald's. And it's just one of those things where it's like, why lie about something so minute, so inconsequential? And again, like, the narcissist lies with complete sincerity. Like, they just look you dead in the eye. There's no heavy blinking or looking away or, doing like, kind of the arm gestures or collapsing in or folding arms. They don't have any of the tells that normal people do when they tell a lie, let alone just a Whopper. And so it got me thinking, kind of to what extent, kind of like, how is the narcissist able to lie with sincerity? And, bringing that back around to my most recent relationship with the narcissist ex-girlfriend, post relationship, she started the smear campaign and, was just saying absurd things about me, about things that, happened with our breakup. And then, later on, moving past the smear campaign, she started saying things in order to, try to garner sympathy. And they were all just lies. But again, she was just lying sincerely. And then it kind of hit me that, at this point in time, I don't think that the narcissist, or at least, most narcissists, are scheming and being as devious as we perceive them to be. I think the truth is actually much stranger. At this point, based upon, stuff that I've, read recently and my, fitting it into my own personal experiences, I now think that the narcissist, the reason they're able to, lie to the degree that they can is because they don't just simply believe their own lies. They literally experience them. So if they say, say I was, have an argument with my girlfriend or, ex-girlfriend, and I just got frustrated because it was going nowhere. So I just said, look, this isn't going anywhere. I'm going to go home. And I just get on my jacket and I leave. Her experience might be that I blew up, that I was shouting, that I was threatening, that I, exploded with anger and rage, and that I, left slamming the door and all this type of stuff, none of which is objectively true. But at this, point, I think that when narcissists describe things that they experienced, especially, if they're trying to do, manipulation or, smear campaign or something like that, that, to some extent, like, they're not lying about their experience. Like, I think it goes deeper than that. I don't think it's like, okay, the narcissist is like, okay, this is what really happened, but I'm going to tell everyone that, that my boyfriend, exploded in rage and that he left slamming the door and stuff. I don't think they actually go through the process of being that devious. I think that is what they, experience. It's like they process reality completely different than normal people. And, I think this goes back to like a saying that I had, come across, a month or two ago that just, really, I think kind of sets, a clearer picture of the difference. Normal people form their feelings based upon the facts, the facts of the situation or just the facts. Narcissists form their facts based upon their feelings. And the thing is, I'm like, when I first read that, I'm like, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. But now I'm thinking, no, literally. I think that statement is very, not only accurate, but very literal to the experience of the narcissist, where if they're in a situation and they're, like the famous one about, any type of, constructive criticism or something like that, they take as a personal attack and become immediately extremely defensive, and will, and depending on, if you don't diffuse the situation very quickly, they'll just start, lobbing grenades at you, because in their mind, this is war. And, to your perspective, you might just say, look, please don't wash my dress shirts on hot and then throw them in the dryer, because when you do that, they shrink. And I spent like $100 on some of these dress shirts. Like something like that. You say that to a normal person, they would be like, oh, yeah, okay, I just, I didn't know, I didn't know better, but, I'm sorry about that, but from now on, I'll wash them in cold and then, hang dry or, tumble dry low. A normal person just hears it, processes it, and goes, okay, because they understand it's not a personal attack upon them. It's just a statement about washing some shirts. Whereas the narcissist might perceive that, your comments about washing dress shirts on hot and not doing that and then not putting them in the dryer, they perceive that as you shaming them, as you, making accusations and attacking them at a personal level. And so they experience it that way, and that, and then have the defenses, and they're like, okay, this is a fight. And then, start bringing up stuff from like, 3 years ago, and turning things around and being like, oh, well, you did this one time with laundry, or, whatever. But it's just, before, in the past, I used to think that the narcissist was very calculating and very devious, just like a criminal mastermind. I don't think that any longer. I think that the narcissist is 100 times more messed up in the head than we can even guess. And that a lot of their bizarre behavior the compulsive lying, some of this other stuff is because their experience of reality is just broken. I mean, I'll be honest, like, I don't know, a nicer way of saying it. There's like objective reality, and then the narcissist experience of reality, which is just cuckoo crazy. And I think that they're, the horrible things that they do to the people around them are, to a large degree, not devious, plans or anything like that they've concocted in their evil lab or something like that. It is simply them reacting to the crazy experience that they live through on a daily basis. And so and again, to be clear, I am not trying to promote any sympathy for the narcissist. They can all go to hell. I mean, let's be honest. If all the narcissists just vanished off the planet, that would be wonderful. I mean, life would be better for so many people. So I'm not trying to garner any sympathy for these monsters. I'm just trying to, talk about a possible insight into why they may do things that are just simply bizarre, but also kind of, give a model into how they're able to lie with sincerity, and also just overreact to normal situations that normal people would not even blink at, let alone, start a conflict or anything about. So, I just thought I'd make a video on that, and I'd be, interested to hear what, other people's experiences are with narcissists just simply acting strange, and also, what your thoughts are with the idea that the narcissist is not simply scheming all the time, but just processing reality in such a broken, damaged way that they have these ridiculous, horrible responses to the experiences that they think they're having. So, thanks.